All that coming up, and joining me this morning to talk more about it, Fox Business Network's Dagen McDowell, Peebles Corporation founder, chairman, and CEO Don Peebles, and Fox News contributor Katherine Timpf joining us today. Great to see you.
Great time, always.
Always.
Good to be here so early in the morning.
Yeah, I know. And talking about the issues that are front and center right now, whether it's policy and business and the upset within the Senate. It's really fascinating stuff.
Well, and the legal battle over that travel ban, because there are 43 cases in total. And one thing I know that Judge Andrew Napolitano is going to talk about is Chief Justice John Roberts has the ability to combine all of those cases into one potentially, depending on how this the Ninth Circuit Appeals Court rules, and have one judge hear all of them. So that's something that we've got to look forward to.
And we'll know tonight. Right, we're waiting on the Ninth Circuit.
Maybe. I think maybe tonight, maybe by this evening.
Not sure. Okay, so coming up this morning to join the conversation, Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan is with us, Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger is here, and Harley-Davidson CEO Matt Levatich is with us as well. You don't want to miss a moment of it, so do stay with us. We kick it off this half an hour right on that debate floor. There was a big debate on the Senate floor over Senator Sessions' nomination as U.S. Attorney General. It reached new heights after Senator Elizabeth Warren quoted a letter from Martin Luther King Jr.'s widow and Coretta Scott King. Listen to this.
He is, I believe, a disgrace to the Justice Department, and he should withdraw his nomination and resign his position.
The senators impugn the motives and conduct of our colleague from Alabama as warned by the chair. Senator Warren, quote, said Senator Sessions has used the awesome power of his office to chill the free exercise of the vote by black citizens. I call the senator to order under the provisions of Rule 19.
Now, the rule invoked prevents senators from disparaging sitting senators during a debate on the floor. The Senate voted 49-43 to bar Senator Elizabeth Warren from speaking for the remainder of the debate on Senator Sessions. Senator Warren then took to Twitter to rail against Republicans for silencing her. This is what she tweeted out. I will not be silent while the Republicans rubber stamp an AG who will never stand up to the President of the United States when he breaks the law. Joining us right now is National Review editor Rich Lowry. Rich, what a night. What do you make of these escalating tensions?
Well, I kind of like this Rule 19. Can be extended, this period of silence from Elizabeth Warren, you know, a couple months maybe.
Don't make me imitate her now. You'll ruin everybody's breakfast.
Are you sure you don't want to go for it?
I can do an Elizabeth Warren.
You can't drop that and then not imitate her.
No. I think you do not want to hear that.
What's your best Elizabeth Warren?
No, keep
Well, look, she will fundraise off of this. 2020 politics is involved and make her even more of a folk hero on the left. But this is a sign of the ongoing temper tantrum the Democrats have been having since the election. They are powerless to stop any of these cabinet nominees. It looks like they're going to take none of them down. So they're having, these conniptions on the Senate floor. And that's another indication of it. And she'll say, oh, I was just reading what Coretta Scott King or Ted Kennedy said about Jeff Sessions back in the day. But what they said about him in the 1980s was a smear and was character assassination.
Yeah, you know, though,
I just want to point out that she's a champion of women, and she's invoking Senator Ted Kennedy, who left Mary Jo Kopechne to drown to death off of Chappaquiddick Island. So have at it, Senator Warren.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, look, I think
you would think that she would think about that.
Well,
you know,
they don't
like
think
maybe
about it.
not.
No, because
a lot of quotes out there.
Because redemption and rehabilitation is partisan, I guess. But look, I think that she has every right to challenge a nominee. This nominee for a cabinet position happens to be a sitting United States senator, so it's a nuance to the rule. If he were not, this wouldn't be an issue. But look, I think that the fact is that you mentioned about the Democrats. It's not the entire Democrats. There are 48 of them sitting up there in the U.S. Senate. It's who you're hearing from. It's the ones who are posturing for fundraising for seeking the presidency later. More than that, but many of these Democrats are being hijacked. Yeah, because the left is hijacking the Democratic Party, and those to the center and those who are moderate don't know where to go right now because there is no leader with strength and a vision to move them forward. So we've got a party that's essentially leaderless right now.
Right, and Chuck Schumer Schumer, who is as clever a politician as they come, is going to be pressured to go along with the mob on the left. There were 3,000 protesters outside of his house the night that Gorsuch was nominated. So this will get much worse before it gets better.
So I just want to quickly ask, do you think with the revelation about Andy Puzder, because the Democrats,
they're looking for blood.
Right, but you had with Betsy DeVos, you had Collins and Murkowski who did not vote for DeVos, with the revelation that Puzder paid taxes on an undocumented employee after he was nominated as labor secretary. Does that hurt him? Is he the guy who doesn't get confirmed?
It makes him vulnerable. In the past, nominees have been defeated or withdrawn with these sort of revelations, but there have been so many of them, it's been a little baked in the cake now. Right. In every batch you have someone who's hired an illegal housekeeper, so we'll see, but he's obviously the most vulnerable.
By the way,
there's Puzder, but then there's Stephen Mnuchin, right? I mean, he's also one of them that they want to really get on. Do you think they get confirmed?
I'm pretty confident Mnuchin. I thought he'd be in much more trouble, and I thought it because they'd make some of this mortgage stuff feel more like a scandal than they were able to. Yeah, it really takes a scandal to defeat these nominee.
Kimber Woods, had to withdraw for Attorney General under Bill Clinton. There were many casualties based on hiring illegal immigrants. We have an administration right now that is actually against illegal immigration. Yeah. So I think it is a vulnerable spot. Yeah. I'm sure that if President Trump had known this issue was out there, he would have had a different nominee.
Especially awkward for a labor secretary in this administration.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
How about this? Former President Obama and Vice President Biden making the most of their lives out of public office. The former president went kite surfing with Richard Branson, while Vice President Biden accepted a position as a professor at the University of Pennsylvania in Delaware. That's the shot that Dagen said he looks so much younger. I mean, look at him. He's kite
surfing's very difficult. Now, he did grow up in Hawaii, by the way.
Exactly, that's some advantage.
He's having a ball.
But apparently he wasn't allowed to surf as president. So I would have been happy if he'd been able to do this a lot before.
Yeah. I've never smiled that big. I'm still waiting.
The weight of the world has been lifted off of his shoulders.
Yeah, but none of us have ever been invited to Necker Island, which is owned by Richard Branson either.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who owns an island. That's how out of touch I am.
All right, Rich, good stuff. Thanks so much for waiting. Rich Lowry joining us there. Coming up, unintended consequences sparking a recall. The glitch in Nissan Altimas that could open the rear door when the window is lowered. Plus, Facebook makes some changes to treat employees more like family. The new benefits at the social network coming next. Back in a moment.